Q4 has started, brought in a lot of excitement, Bitcoin reaching all-time highs, but yet you're still seeing Google Trends showing something completely opposite. This tells you, where the interest really lies right now. Whether you're looking at XRP, whether you're looking at Bitcoin, Ethereum, cryptocurrencies, whatever you type, you are seeing a very similar chart showing, and we're not anywhere near as to where we were obviously back in July and obviously late last year. Welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel, to the XRP holders. Appreciate all the love. Let's get right in today's update and see what's happening as we are going into Saturday morning. As of October the 4th. So the broader market looking great right now. The broader market is up. A few coins that are seeing a little bit of a minor pullback, but again, in a grand scheme of things, the broader market is feeling an amazing amount of love. XRP's price $3.02, down about 0.1% in USD, down 2.2% in Bitcoin comparative. Valuation sitting at 181.2 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume at $6 billion. But let's get into the update and see what's happening. I'm not sure if I said the disclaimer, but we'll say it again. As always, just a quick disclaimer. Anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. And that is how important it is to do your own due diligence. But take a look at what Quentin says. And also, guys, follow me on X if you have not done so already. Link in the description box below. Follow me. Make sure you are following me on there, and I will start to use X more. But you can see CNBC says Bitcoin could go much higher in the next 3 months. But look what Quentin says. CNBC doing TA on Bitcoin makes me think the top is closer than we think. And I 1000% agree. When you have CNBC doing technical analysis on live television, talking about BTC and being mega bullish on it, then, top is getting closer. And let's face it, we are actually closer to the end of the market cycle rather than the beginning of the cycle. And I totally agree. I think we are getting closer and closer to the Bitcoin top. If you're thinking it's going to be the next, 6, 8 months, 9 months, I can say that's going to be the complete opposite. I think we're looking somewhere this year should be the top before we see a retracement, or maybe we see a fake out next year. But that's my personal projection, and I'm obviously basing it off of what we have seen in the past. But let's take a closer look and see what's happening. US spot ETFs posted a very strong inflows. Bitcoin ETFs were 985 million, while Ethereum ETFs were 233 million dollars. So nice inflows coming in, which is very nice to see, of course. And I just want to kind of point out this, again, we talk about the 4-year cycle. People talk about the 4-year cycle. I think Bitcoin is going to come out of that 4-year cycle, but that does not mean Bitcoin is not going to enter a bear market. I still think Bitcoin price will retrace a bit, but I just don't think that, we were going to see crazy retracements as the ones that we have seen in the past, especially now that major institutions are coming on board. That's my personal take. Let me know in the comments down below. But again, I think 95% of the broader market, 95, I think even higher than that, is still going to be impacted by the bear market substantially. Look at the altcoins, guys. There's major altcoin examples out there. You can literally pick them, and they were the ones that retraced significantly, even in a bull market. And yes, we are still in a bull market. I know people don't think that, but yes, we still been in a bull market. But take a look at this. Remember that Ethereum XRP ETF was not approved by the SEC directly. They reached the deadline, and the SEC didn't approve or deny the listing. But we need to keep in mind that the shutdown is affecting the ETF approvals. Look what happened with Litecoin. We didn't hear anything. And it kind of goes back to what Eleanor said 2 to 3 days back, that she's been told that they are pausing it until obviously the operations are back, government's back up and running, and that's where they're gonna kind of pick back on these ETFs. So as of now, they're paused, even if the dates are gone by. But obviously the new listing standards are coming. People are focusing on that. Maybe the dates change, but we haven't really heard anything for this, nor did we hear for the ETF for Litecoin specifically, because that was the one that was deadline to be October 2nd, not the Ethereum one. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. But take a look at what Vincent says. XRPL's institutional unlock, the final pieces are falling into place. Big banks won't touch public chains until compliance is native. On XRPL, the puzzle is nearly solved. We already have AMM, RLUSD, and on-chain credentials for identity. The last step, permissioned domains, giving issuers the power to restrict flows to KYC verified wallets. That's when real institutional money can move. KYC AML CTF requires a wallet bound to verifiable identity. Stablecoin regulated assets like RLUSD are live. AMM liquidity pools are being ready for scale. Still needed permission DEX plus active KYC provider on chain. Once those flip on, XRPL transforms from retail rails to institutional grade settlement. Billions will flow. And people don't understand, the XRP token, people just don't understand what the XRP token is. It's a native token for the XRPL ledger. And again, it is used as the, liquidity provider. And obviously it gets burned over time. Over time, XRP, it's a bridge asset, and it gets burned over time. So once you see, billions of dollars flowing into the XRPL ledger, that's where things can start racking up. But you can really see, we talk about that one-stop shop. I've mentioned that on my channel several different times. This is a perfect example of that. But let's move forward. Gumi strategically, holding XRP with a view to collaborating with SBI. U.S. application for XRP spot ETF underway. U.S. dollar-linked stablecoin RLUSD officially launched management through staking and lending. The image was translated. It was originally in Japanese, and Japan is mega bullish on Ripple, and we know about that. If you've been looking at what SBI Holding is doing, it really opens your eye to see how far they are with Ripple and how much they believe in the native token XRP. So yeah, this is very interesting to note. But take a look at this: 30 plus crypto ETF related. 30 plus crypto related ETFs filed with SEC this afternoon. Yes, the government is closed, but that doesn't mean you cannot file. Just the beginning. Any crypto ETF you can possibly imagine will be filed with SEC over the next several months. You all have no idea what's coming. And as I've stated to you guys before, you're going to see this become a norm. And we're starting to see that happening. Link ETF, LTC, Rex Osprey is going crazy right now. But you're seeing a lot of different assets, Atom, ADA, AVE ETF, staking plus staking too, Crow, DOT, ENA, HBAR, Hype, INJ. You guys get the idea. So we're going to see a huge variety of different ETFs going live, and that is quite interesting to see. But CME September, 288 billion total, 8.7 billion XRP, 1.3 billion in open interest as of today. Big numbers that people overlook that. But let's take a closer look and see what's happening with the price. As far as the dominance is concerned, it is obviously gaining a lot of momentum. 59.10%, obviously higher than where we were last night. Bitcoin also is a reason why that is happening, because Bitcoin, like I said, retested. It's almost close to its all-time high at 124,000. We retested yesterday. I saw a little bit of a retracement, but you can see things are picking up back to where we were, and I think it's a very strong possibility. Even though we're in a weekend, with the way Bitcoin is holding, I wouldn't be surprised if we actually do retest an all-time high this weekend. So Bitcoin's looking great, but due to the dominance going up a little bit, that's causing a little bit of a lag for the broader market, believe it or not, including XRP. If you're looking at XRP right now, over the last 1 hour, you can see this for yourself. We did actually go up to the 310 two different times. We actually came up to it just 24 hours back. But again, we saw a rejection, but we're sitting nice and steady above the $3 key range. Nice and pretty, like what I'm seeing here. So far, so good. Yes, I want to see some of the higher time frames, being retested, like at 320. Very important, because breaking above here, I think, takes us back up to 330. But right now, we need to keep in mind what Bitcoin is doing. It's the king of the market. We need to respect BTC. But I think, if Bitcoin pushes back into its all-time highs, I think XRP is going to follow. We've seen XRP go up to 310 when Bitcoin broke out. But we also need to understand that the dominance went up higher too since then. So we need to keep that factor in mind. But so far, so good. Like what I'm seeing here. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Thanks for all your support. We'll see you later in Crypto ZX, and peace out.